Hello again, everybody, and welcome to an Our Town community show. So glad you've tuned in. Today I have one of my great friends and colleagues, Kelly Range, with us. Kelly,
Yes,
how are you, my friend?
I'm good. Thank you.
Oh, I know. We're doing all the mediums. We've gone print. We've gone radio podcast. Now TV. So Kelly's making the rounds of whatever.
Yeah.
But we got 15 minutes, Kelly. So you and I could take up 15 minutes in a quick second. So,
Yes.
But tell us a little for our audience, worldwide, local, whatever. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, or your family, your friends, yourself.
Yeah, well, my name is Kelly Range. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. And I'm married to the most handsome man in the world, Dwayne Range.
Yeah.
Yes. And we're a blended family. And what's really interesting is that we have 8 children between the two of us.
Brady Bunch.
So yeah, we're from ages 21 to 4. So we're really busy all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, and then in my professional life, I run and own a fitness studio in a little lovely town called Loganville.
That's right.
And it's an all-women fitness studio, and all of those things just keep me busy.
Yeah, they do. Well, 4 to 21. Wow, what a gap.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like 2 different worlds, right?
It is 2 different worlds. It's 100%.
I had a pastor friend of mine on one of the shows recently, and he has like, I think a spread of like a newborn to a 16-year-old, and I'm going, that really, I mean, when I've not done that, so kudos to you.
Yeah, well, you get hit with both
that.
extremes, like the teenager hormone extremes,
Oh
and then
God,
the
yes.
little kid tantrum extremes.
Yeah, and I had them both, but not at the same time.
Exactly.
Not at the same time.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about, I learned, especially when we're doing a lot of the shows on podcast radio, I would sit and listen about fitness. And I know you can talk about physical fitness all day, but let's tap in a little bit to mental fitness and then mental, spiritual, and physical fitness. How important are those, in your opinion, to people right now, especially coming out of this pandemic? I'm saying that. I think we're 24 months. I mean, who knows? But with what people, let's just start with the mental side. Do you have any advice that would be helpful to our audience, and any of the physical, mental, or spiritual side of fitness that would be helpful for people to look at?
Yeah, I hope so. So let's give it a go.
Let's do it.
What I'm really noticing is that people are exhausted from the change, from everything changing, from rules changing, to their routines changing, to one day the kids are in school, the next day there's a digital learning. Their work schedules have changed. Maybe they worked at an office location, now they're at home, but things have been so aggressively changing, which we live in a world of change, obviously. I mean, the weather changes, the time changes, all of those things change, but on top of just regular change, and I think the majority of people are resistant to change, which we probably could do better about that, but it just is what it is. We like a routine, most people, and everything has been kind of turned upside down.
But time and time
upside
again.
down. So on top of that, I think it gets to the point where already it's a challenge to get your workouts in and to do your fitness stuff, but it became even worse because I think people are they don't want to do one more hard thing. Yeah. At this point, this is what I'm finding.
Yeah.
And I tell people, though, your exercise, first off, it's the best medication in the world.
Right.
If we're going to talk about being healthy and strong, get your exercise in. But it is the mental and emotional release, especially if you are, and we own an all-female gym, and I know it's great for men too, but especially for women, if we're wearing all those different hats and we put all those people first, which is wonderful. We should. We're servants. We should serve our family and love our family. But what happens is our legs get knocked out from under us because we have not worked on that strong foundation. And it is physical, but it's also mental. It is so mental. And the biggest thing that I see people come in is they're depressed and they're anxious and they are exhausted.
That word right there hit me hard. That's to a certain extent for 24 months. I don't say it's a lot, but the change on top of change on top of change is exhausting.
It is exhausting.
For all of us.
Yeah.
When we were flying back from Houston from that soccer tournament, you'd go from, you don't have to wear a mask here. Oh, wait, you're back at the airport, wear a mask. Then you don't do this. We were out my 25th wedding anniversary in Las Vegas. They lifted the mask mandate the day we left, but people were like, we're not taking that seriously because they're about to lift it. I'm like, just little things. Like, what are the rules anywhere?
Yeah.
So I think what you nailed, Kelly, is it's not just we are humans are resistant to change. But it's been like change on steroids.
Yes, constant.
And it's up, down, sideways, left, and then
day to day.
You get business owners and families and kids. And the mask and the non-mask and all this. It's been a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. People are exhausted. And the outlet for me, the healthy outlet, because we all need an outlet. And so it's very easy to choose a non-healthy outlet. Exercise is so good. Number one, you win with your will because you're not always going to want to do it. You're not always going to have a convenient time, to do it. Sometimes it's going to take getting up really early or going in after, a really hard day, but it's going to take that mental drive and willpower. Toughness. Yes, toughness. Yeah. But when you do those things, and it seems like a little thing, but I tell people the best day that you can come is the day that you don't want to be here, because that is a mental win.
It is.
And if you will consistently win with your mind, you take control of so many other things. And that's, I think, with everything changing, everything feels out of control. And then you kind of in your own little bubble take back some of that control, and that is going to give you confidence straight out the gate.
And I would say, even when I've done simple things, because I dealt with an injury I had this summer, which has limited me to do some more strenuous things, but let's just say a brisk walk. I say, I'm going to go out for a mile to walk. I end up walking 4 miles.
Absolutely.
Because the minute I do it, I'm like, this feels great.
It feels great.
So, I think we all know that. I think but mental, we had a guest on a recent show talking about, I had a psychologist and a psychiatrist in the family, was just saying the amount of depression and anxiety and overwhelmed is a lot. So as for talking to the audience, you're not alone.
No, absolutely not.
And there are ways, I know you've posted some of the most amazing, over your Facebook career, I've seen and it was probably a few years ago, you had some great scripture postings and heartfelt. And I just think that's really, they've inspired me. I don't remember exactly, but I just remember the time. So it all kind of ties together, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, talking about discipline, your faith is going to be a discipline. And if the Lord has not been testing us in the past couple years, I think every generation is going to face something like that, where the things that we really depend on, whatever it is, it's money in your bank account, or it's the strength of your body, or it's your kids being amazing at this, or we look to the government, or we look to these things. Basically, in the last 2 years, God said, don't look at those things, because those things are not dependable. I'm dependable. Right. And if we could keep our focus right on the Lord, all those other things would kind of fade away.
And that's the hard part, though, because
they grab our attention.
And I know me and you, like in particular, were like, whoop.
Yes,
I do. That's what I do, and it is a constant battle, even though My wife told me the other day, she said, Ryan, why don't you go consult with yourself and fix what's wrong with you? Because you could fix somebody else, but
you can't fix yourself.
Yeah, you can't fix yourself. So it's like, when I would listen to you talking about the fitness stuff, you're over there to like the back of your mind knowing this stuff. And then I'm listening, well, that's a great idea, but you've got to go actually do it.
Do it, yeah.
And that's wherever, having some, even some quiet in your day.
Yeah.
Like I just sat this morning before we were doing shows going, I just need my brain to just to be quiet, not to read anything, not to just to relax. And one of my friends were profiling. He does devotional. He's been doing it since 1998. Wow. Because "Be Still and Know That I'm God." And I don't remember it's one of his songs, but that's the name of his devotional. Yeah. He writes one every day.
It's amazing.
So, every day, 365 days a year. I think he missed one since 1998.
Wow.
So I was like, he sent me a message the other day. He's like, I think we should do you want to do an article on this? I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it comes in my email box. And I'm like, from 1998. I don't even know how many years that is. That's a long time.
That's a long time.
So tell me something, what are you excited about for the future? Coming here in 2022. Believe it or not, we're in March. Wow. Can you believe it? Warmth.
Yeah. Springtime.
Springtime.
Yeah. Well, I hope, like you said, that we're coming out of the kind of depressing times of the pandemic. I think that spring is always a good time. Yes. We get outside more. We have sunshine more. The kids can get out and play. It stays light later, which makes you, and
makes you happy.
The sun makes you happy.
It does.
We need the sun.
We
need to be outside.
Yes.
We need to be congregating with people too. But I think springtime, and usually there's some sort of like vacation or getaway. But like you said, when it's really, you can get addicted to being busy, you can get addicted to being lazy. And if you are a really consistently busy person, your brain has a hard time shutting off.
Yes.
So I do look forward to quiet time now. I used to think, almost feel guilty.
Like taking a break?
Yeah, taking a break. Yeah. But now I'm like, I want to throw my phone out the window, my computer, and I just want to take it back old school. Give me a dial-up phone. If you need me, you have my number, and that's it.
UGA's quarterback, he had a flip phone. Did you see that story where he doesn't have any? He can call people or whatever, but the simplicity, and I struggle as a marketing, whatever, in a business owner, because some people message me through something don't know who they are. So I have to pay attention to it.
Agree.
But it's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
That's another thing too, is part of the change fatigue, I think, or the, exhaustion is keeping up with other people's lives.
Yeah.
You can barely handle what's going on in your little bubble. And I think we were created to have a community,
right?
But the community is small. It would be, if you took away all of the ways that we communicate via computers and social media and phones and things like that, it would basically be probably your neighborhood, or your kid's school or something like that. So you would have this small community of people that were involved in each other's lives, but not the entire world, knowing what's going on in the entire world and your 2,000 Facebook friends.
I know. And it's funny you say that, Kelly. I've said this before, but some people I'm friends with on Facebook, I don't even really was friends in real life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, I've done that. I need to go through and go, if
Who
I
are
don't
you?
know half the people on there, I've just accepted.
I know.
So, it's, but yes, no, I'm with you 100%. And I think that becomes, my wife gives me a mandate. She's like, shut it down. She's like, you've got to, because I've been grinding out on this dissertation work on the weekends. And when you're working every single day mentally or physically, you just like you're, revving in your car.
Absolutely.
So I'm trying to find that time, and I know you are too. So tell us something fun you're looking forward to in 2022.
Well, can I say spring break?
Yeah, you can say spring break.
So this is so cool because
I'm excited about it.
One of my friends, we get like a free house.
Nice.
Free, hello. One of my friends says, if it's free, it's for me. And I'm like, yes. So we're actually going to get like 7 days. And I've been really bad about taking 7 days. I'm like, I can't be away for 7 days, but
it's time.
It's like,
it's time.
No, you can be away for 7 days because nothing stops. The world doesn't stop because I'm not, at this place or at that place,
Somebody told me, Kelly, one time years ago, and they said, your inbox is still going to be full the day you are not on this earth.
Absolutely.
Right. So those emails that I'm responding to, if I'm not here tomorrow, someone's got to clean that up.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you for doing that, because that's part of the fitness of taking a break. It doesn't mean you may not have to do work. I mean, when I go out of town, I think I was at a soccer tournament this weekend, but I worked all the downtime in between. I don't feel like I had a weekend.
Yeah.
But that was for my kid. But when I go I'm looking forward to the beach.
Yeah.
Too. But you just got to have a break. We all do as humans, and just to be human beings, not human doings.
Yeah.
You and I are more like human doings.
Yes.
But at some point you hit maximum capacity. You hit maximum capacity. But well, anyway, I think warmer weather's here. I think the kids in particular, I think being able to not have a mask on. So you've got a young one, and pretty much 2 years of the life is been wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yes. Well, fortunately, the youngest has not had to, because he was in like a 3-year-old preschool.
Okay.
But yes, elementary school kids just got to take their masks off their face. So, and they're so excited about it. They can see each other now and they can speak to each other. So it's a good thing. And I think that's a good sign of what's
very good
to come.
Sign. And when I wrote my magazine column for the upcoming one, I really was hard to, it was like 24 months ago.
Yeah.
When you say 24 months,
it's a long time.
Oh my goodness. But anyway, it is, I'm excited about it. You are doing great things. We'll have links to get to your crowd, once we get the show posted after it airs.
Yeah.
And I just want to, any final thoughts of wisdom to our audience?
Just maybe start working out.
Working out.
Drink more water, eat more protein, and start working out. You can change your life today.
Those are 3 easy things.
Read your Bible.
Read your Bible. Some easy things.
Easy things.
And they don't have to be long.
A little goes a long way.
Okay. Well, my friend, Kelly Raines, thank you for coming on the show. I sure appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Well, folks, you've been listening to another Our Town, My Town, Your Town. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.